on the immediate action you are taking in controlling problems of the state. Your security approach has become... Our people should learn to help themselves. We appreciate the federal government and the World Bank support, but no support is more than the one we support ourselves. We should understand that these people from this part of the world have had a special problem in this country. Not just before the war, during the war, and after the war. Therefore, any problem, whether environmental or natural, we should be very conscious of it and help ourselves. Your Excellency, I think we can move on to launch the Newmap program. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioner for Environment, Anambra State, who is the chairman of the steering committee for this event, Chief Emeritus Newmap. Please put your hands together for him.
Chief Dr. Willie Obiano, Executive Governor of Anambra State. The representative of the Federal Minister of Environment, Engineer Chike Hume, His Excellency, the Country Director of World Bank, here ably represented by the Technical Committee Chairman of Nigeria, Dr. Amos Abu, the Chief Judge of Anambra State, ably represented by the Chief Registrar, His Honor, the Secretary to the State Government, present members of the members of the House of Assembly here present, Chairman of Local Governments, Deputy Chairman of Local Governments here present, our youths, pupils from various primary schools and students of secondary schools here present. Time to welcome you all of us to this great event marking the official launch of the World Bank assisted Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project, Newmap, in Anambra State. The Newmap initiative was championed by Anambra State and other states in the Southeast geopolitical zone, following the afflictive erosion problem in the zone, which were far beyond the capacity of these states to deal with. With federal government facilitation, the World Bank agreed to intervene and partner with the affected states to reduce the erosion menace here. That was how the Nigerian Erosion and Watershed Management Project, Newmap, was born, to provide a new roadmap aimed at not only tackling erosion, trigger land degradation, but also touching the lives of affected people in many other ways. To ensure the success of Newmap, we in the Ministry of Environment follow strictly the project implementation manual and other guidelines issued by the World Bank. Accordingly, we support and respect the semi-autonomy statute of the State Project Management Unit, SPMU. While the Honorable Commissioner of Environment operates as the chairman of the steering committee and the permanent secretary as the chairman of the technical committee, the World Bank assisted Newmap strategy emphasizes one truth: the hydra-headed problem of erosion, ecological degradation in the state, like ours, cannot be left to one level of government. All hands must be on deck. The World Bank, the federal government, the state government, and even the local government, and we, the communities and individuals in the Anambra in general, through complementary efforts and adoption of approved preventive practices that protect the soil and prevent erosion from developing. Like the Honorable Chairman said, all efforts, everybody, the issue of tackling erosion is not for government alone, it's for each and every one of us. He said something about how you pave your house. because some of them do contribute to soil erosion and equally cause erosion. Once again, I welcome all of you to this launch and thank God for joining messages from this venue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Commissioner. We have to move fast because this is quite busy. He has quite a lot of shadows to achieve today. Moving on there, I invite the National Project Coordinator of Newmap, Engineer Chike Millionaire.
Abu Edike Aguilera, and Governor of Anambra State. The chairman of this occasion, Professor Boniface Ebuka, representative of the State Chief Judge, the World Bank Casting Leader, Dr. Emos Sabu, the local government chairman here present, members of the State Executive Council, and President Generals of town unions here present, permanent secretaries and members of the State Steering Committee, my lords, spiritual and temporal, directors, project coordinators, and members of the State Technical Committee here present, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, students, and our dear children. I'm so glad to be here at this important occasion of the second in the series of the project launch events of the Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project, Newmap. The Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project is part of Mr. President's transformation agenda. We note that the transformation agenda is in concert with the United Nations Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, specifically Goals 1, 7, and 8. Goal 1, we recall, is to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. Goal 7 is to ensure environment stability, and Goal 8, to develop a global partnership for development. The journey that is climaxing in the launch event today started with the joint federal government of Nigeria, World Bank, and FAO mission in the last quarter of year 2010. A great milestone has actually been achieved, including the signing of the financial agreement between the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the World Bank, and subsequently the signing of the subsidiary agreement between the Federal Government of Nigeria, represented by the Federal Ministry of Finance, and the participating 7 states, including Anambra State. Some critical studies concluded include environmental and social management policy framework, resettlement policy framework, and of course, the project implementation manuals, PIM, and also project appraisal documents, we refer to as AD. Of course, the project appraisal documents and the project implementation manuals will be officially launched at the federal level at the future date. Generally, we are aware that the environmental challenges are becoming extremely daunting as a result of the global changes and also the activities of human beings. We all know that the environment of Anambra State, or we call it the former part of the former Eastern region, is very fragile. This is why the foresight of the colonial administration, better part of Anambra State that is within the Oka-Olo Ridge, was declared and called Oka Badlands. Oka didn't mean then that it was actually the Oka town. Here we are launching this event today. But we recall that Oka used to be one of the old districts. So it was recognized as far back as that time. That time it was just few places within the Oka Ridge. But today, erosion, which is an aspect of land degradation, is widespread in the Eastern region, particularly, like the chairman in his opening remarks said, in Anambra State. This is why it's very, very important that we all be conscious of the flooding, just like what experienced in the year 2012. We have so many local government areas we are involved. Erosion, linear erosion particularly, is what we see. There are other types of erosion which we do not see. One of them is sheet erosion. But you know that if you're a farmer, you know whether the yield you are getting for your farm is increasing or decreasing. So we need to be very conscious. But in a question like this, it's important for us to remind ourselves the challenges, especially our inappropriate land use activities. However, we recognize the fact that Anambra State is determined and committed to addressing the ecological challenges within the state. And particularly it choose to say here that the continuity in governance, because I know that this present government led by Chief Willie Obiano, Abokudike, I believe, is continuing on where the former regime stopped. And it's a nice thing to say. Yesterday, he launched his first 100 days in office. He started very well, and I need to say it here, that the world and the good people of Anambra, they are expecting so much from him. My prayer is that God, in his infinite wisdom and infinite goodness and mercy, will guide him and protect him to be on the course of good success. Having said this, we need to remind ourselves that we have enormous responsibility for the Newmap project to remain sustainable and to last for the sake of our children. We have very enormous responsibilities and roles to play. And part of it is to make sure that we adapt the best practices that are going to be brought by Newmap program. So we call on ourselves, particularly the law enforcement agencies, on behalf of the Honorable Minister of the Environment. I wish to commend the governor for a successful 100 days in office. And finally, this wishing Newmap and Anambra State good success in the project delivery. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. This is one prayer.
Chief Dr. Willie Obiano, members of Anambra State Executive Council, our royal fathers here present, let me stand on the well-established protocol to express how happy I am to be here on this important occasion. But first, I want to convey the happiness and the felicitation of the country director of the World Bank, Marie-Françoise Marinelli, who is unavoidably absent, but has since communicated to the state that she will physically visit the state in August at a time that will be suitable for His Excellency and his cabinet. I also want to acknowledge the presence of our women leaders, our mothers, our sisters. I also want to acknowledge the presence here of our youth, and it is for the reasons of the youth that we are all working in order to reverse the challenges of soil erosion in this part of the country. The reason for this project is based on its relevance to Nigeria's transformational agenda. As we all know, it is actually at the instance of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Isaac Jonathan, that the bank responded swiftly in putting together what you can refer to as a crack team that swiftly prepared this project. As I say this, I can recognize in the midst of all of us some of our colleagues that have worked assiduously to ensure that this project was prepared and delivered in record time. The project has been approved by the board, a total of $508 million, including $8 million grant, has been approved by the board and is available for states to access. I'm particularly happy that Newmap is effective in Nigeria, and indeed, Anambra State is one of the states to have swiftly met the effectiveness condition, and that is why we are here gathered today. I also want to place on record that the government of Anambra State is actually the first to pay in the series of tranches of this catapult fund in the amount of $500 million. Now, this is a transformational project. It is indeed a game changer. What is it that the Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project will be doing differently? In the course of preparing this project, we came to the realization that yes, Government have invested resources, but the resource of the grant does not match the situation. And therefore, we decided to do a lot of studies and consultation. But even more important is the how. And the bank has done this very well with resounding results to show in Mexico, in Brazil, in India, and of course in China. That of China is particularly resounding, and I want to place it on record, that when the bank intervened in the race between China, a total of 2.5 million people were actually lifted out of poverty. So tackling the menace of soil erosion is a development issue. It's about restoring our livelihood. It's about restoring our life and also bequeathing to our children, our children's children, an environment that is better than how we met it. We've taken the challenge, and we do know that by God's grace, we are going to reverse the trend of land degradation in this state, Anambra State. To announce that the following site designs are now ready and approved by the bank. The site for Odishawan or Maba, the site for Amachara is ready. The site for Nero Plaza is also ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not forgetting about that site is ready. Now, these are only the first set in the series of the sites where we will be intervening. Indeed, we are very familiar with Abunaka Oko community. We are also very familiar with what is happening in the Colombia. We are familiar with what is happening in Newmap, whether it's Newmap South, whether it's Newmap West. We are very familiar, and we are coming to, in partnership with you, to resolving this problem in a lasting and transformational fashion. In the light of the above, the challenges is enormous. We do know this. But the opportunity to bequeath a better environment to our children and children's children is here with us. This is why we really want to highlight a few things that we should take into consideration for this game-changer Nigeria Erosion Watershed Management Project to take its roots and to be able to deliver on the promises of these important projects. A very professional, proactive, innovative, and transparent project management unit is the key to successful project implementation. Good project ownership at the federal, state, local government, and community is very, very important. Openness, transparency, candor, commitment of the project staff in particular is very, very important. It is also very clear that the magnitude of the problem is not what a single ministry or agency or indeed a tier of government can single-handedly do. This is why the watershed approach, which is a holistic approach, is what this project is taking. It follows that, yes, we are going to bring the best international practices in engineering design. We have done this already. I will continue to do it. In the course of this project preparation, we brought the best hands and the best brain from the Norwegian Geotechnical Institute. We brought the best hand and the best brain from Tel Aviv Institute. We brought the best hand and the best brain from literally all corners of the world. And of course, we're also combining it with the national reservoir of knowledge. That way, we are able to situate the best practices acknowledged in the world over with what can work in the Nigeria context. We are very, very mindful that indeed the perfect should not be the enemy of the good. But we are resolved not to compromise in terms of the quality and in delivering a very transformational result for everybody to see. This is why community ownership, community associations, as well as the participation of non-state actors in this project is key. And we are indeed very, very committed to work with the good people and the government of Anambra State to making sure that the ideas and objectives of this project is delivered in a swift, transformational, tangible way, so that generations coming after us will say yes, Anambra State. Then, under the able leadership of Chief Dr. Willie Obiano,